So about a month ago I put out a video saying I wanted to start Q&A, so here's the first one. Thought I'd get it in before the end of the new year, so let's start. So Comics Coffee Metal asks, what's my favourite tuning to play in? So I would say I tend to float between kind of D standard, drop C. It's a little bit heavier than standard, but not to the extent of kind of drop B, 8, 9, 10 strings. It's the kind of nice middle ground of heavy but not muddy. So Squishwagon wants to know of a song I'm currently struggling with. The one that I've probably been trying for quite a while and it's been a bit of a pain for me is Imperial by Silosis. The bit that's causing the hassle is the sweep picking in the intro. It's one that I've been trying to do for a while and I just can't quite get it clean enough yet, so Imperial by Silosis. Other ones would be probably any Paul Gilbert songs. Been trying Scarified and Technical Difficulties, and it's just bits and pieces in those that I'm still struggling with. So plenty I've still got to learn. Next up, Wes Jones wants to know what my dream guitar would be. I don't really have a specific dream guitar as such. I'm pretty big on Dean guitars. When I was about 16, kind of very much gravitated towards the MLs and the Razorbacks. Never ended up getting one though, because I was always scared of dinging the corners and causing chips and so on. So I ended up with my Cadillac when I was about 18. If I was to kind of custom build one, I'd probably stick with the Cadillac shape. I quite like it. It's not so pointy as like a Razorback or something, but there's enough difference to take it away from like your regular Strat or a Telecaster shape. Chances are I would have a kind of flame top. I really like the black flame top maple, and probably kind of pearlescent inlays. I'm quite interested in learning more about the Fishman pickups as well, as a lot of people are using those now, so Dean Cadillac custom with some Fishman pickups would be nice. So Miga T has asked, how do I get such good tones? All my stuff that I've been doing on my channel is pretty much all free plugins and stuff. So I do the route of getting a virtual amp and using impulse responses. It's all free stuff. I have made a video about this, so I will link it. It should appear around here. Go and have a watch of that one, and it will kind of explain how I do all the sounds for my videos, and hopefully you'll get a better idea of what I do. So Cashew asks, how long have I been playing guitar and what got me into metal? So I first picked up a guitar at around 14. I had a friend round the corner who got one, and I ended up spending a lot of time at his house playing his guitar for a while, and then I ended up getting one for myself on my 15th birthday, so it's over 10 years now. And what got me into metal? Again, it's that same friend, so where he got a guitar, he was also exploring music more than I was at that age, and he was into kind of Slipknot, Trivium, Disturbed, Stained, In Me. So I kind of started learning from his music tastes and expanding, so I used to borrow all his CDs and rip them all, and that's how I kind of started getting into metal. And then between kind of 15 to 18 is when I started really branching out and learning a bit more. So to start with, I wasn't really into the kind of heavy stuff. It would be more Trivium, Disturbed, System of a Down, big one. And as it grew, then I kind of got more interested in kind of stuff like Devil Driver. At the time seemed pretty heavy to me with the vocal style. Since then I've got a pretty broad taste, so I've gone from everything like, as we say, Disturbed, which is pretty light relatively, it's a bit more rock, going down the Death Doom route to kind of Swallow the Sun. We've got Behemoth as well. So yeah, it started young from a friend and has just grown since then. So apologies if I butcher your name, but Garrett Dierkes asks favourite bands, albums and songs. So quite a big question, but we'll start with a favourite band, or artist in this case, be Mr. Devin Townsend. I'm very much into how he pretty much hasn't pinned himself down to one genre. He can have a vision, and do it, and people don't judge too heavily. So where he went with like Casualties Are Cool versus Deconstruction, he can put out both and people don't say, oh, you're doing this wrong. Compared to kind of Slayer, people expect Slayer to be Slayer. Other favourite bands at the moment would be obviously Gojira. I like Gojira a lot. I like Rammstein a lot. I like their stage shows. Similar with stage shows is like Avatar a lot. I'm very much into how they kind of have a vision, and they're very much kind of living that vision on stage. They're very visual and into everything that they do, and it's great that they hit their Kickstarter recently. That's awesome. So favourite albums with Devin, it's going to probably be Deconstruction. I like the heavy side and the wall of sound aspect of stuff. If we're talking kind of maybe not metal or something different, I'm very much into the War of the World albums. I prefer the newer take on it with Liam Neeson compared to the original, just because I prefer the more modern instruments over their very heavy synthy sounds. Favourite songs? It's too many to list. But let's say for Avatar it'll be Hail the Apocalypse. For Gojira, probably Heaviest Matter. For Lamb of God, I'm very much Walk Me in Hell. It's one that's just stuck with me and I've learnt loads. Favourite Dev song, I like Jular a lot. I know it's quite a short one, but there's just something about it that sits with me well. I'm sure there's plenty of more that I could list, but we could be sitting here for hours just listing songs, bands and music. But thank you very much for all the questions. They've been great, and it's been quite fun to do this one. I hope to do more in the future. So if you've got any more questions or you want me to go over anything a bit more, ask it in the comments. Let me know what else you want to see from the channel as well. I'm all open for suggestions. I also have original music as well, so have a look for Shadow Mantra in Google, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon, all of that. I will put a link up here to my website as well, which will have a pay what you want download of the album. You could listen, stream it, all of that good stuff. I also have a Patreon up, so you can support the channel if you want to as well. Minimum $1 a month. You can start, stop, change it, all of that good stuff. So anything that you can support with is greatly appreciated. And on that note, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been interesting. And again, more questions please, comments below. See you soon.